let's get into it. All right, so the first thing that I have at the top of my bag is none other than the Royal Game of Ur. You might have seen this object in our previous video. This is something that I've been known for bringing in different kinds of social gatherings with my friends. I remember me and my brother, when we were working on his and his course mate's film, I had this on set and we were playing almost every day. And yeah, this is a very fun thing to have. JBL Charge 4. Very nice, very compact. There are bigger versions of this, but I like to carry this around whenever I want to have some ambient music in the background or liven up the party a little bit. And of course, you can't go without sketchbooks. In fact, you can't have enough sketchbooks. So these are the three main ones that I carry with me. One of them is for very clean sketches and drawings. In fact, if you go back far enough in our short videos, you'll find that this is one of the first pages and one of the first pieces that we've posted. Very historic indeed. And whenever I get an inspiration to draw something very highly detailed, this is where it happens. Then you'll know your general run-of-the-mill sort of half sketchy, half introspective, diary-like sort of sketchbook with different kinds of revelations, ideas and whatnot that I like to carry with me. And it's also a lot more compact, so it fits on small tables in cafes or something. And a more like absolutely sketchy one for like note-taking and something. Like I said, artists can never have enough sketchbooks. That's the bane of artists. Then we have utensils. Now, in my case, I like to carry a bunch of them because depending on what sort of inspiration I have, I might draw different kinds of things. For instance, in this pen holder, I have a whole bunch of interesting things. Some fine liners, a mechanical pencil, a lead holder, even an ink brush made in Japan, very nice for calligraphy and stuff. Also larger pencils and lead holders. I don't know what it's called in English, but it's also like a, what is it, where you get the angles and stuff on it. It's very nice, it's by Rotring. This is very nice for when I want to draw something very geometric and clean and mathematical. Two big, gigantic markers. One is basically a huge whiteout. Both of them are acrylic. So one I can use for erasing different kinds of mistakes or filling in backgrounds with a more stark, white, bright light emitting sort of, I don't know, background. And this one essentially serves the opposite. I can create large spaces of different kinds of voids where I can also fill in with a smaller, like a dotted sort of method, white ink blobs that might resemble like a starry night or something. And of course, a trusty but very, very handy X-Acto knife. Because I have pencils. This is only for the purposes of sharpening lead. And if I want to and I'm feeling like an origami artist I might actually make small paper maquettes and stuff like that. From this sketchbook, like I said, you can't have enough. Now you might be asking, with this X-Acto knife and with these lead holders and pencils, if I want to sharpen them, there's a lot of waste that is generated. Where do I go with all of this trash? Well, this is a lot of fun. Hey, a little disposable trash box that when I need to, I can grab my utensils and just start. Oop, nice. Very first one went outside of the box. But you get the point. I can have a drawing session in public or at a friend's place and not worry about, you know, dirtying up the environment where I'm trying to draw any particular kind of a drawing that I might be inspired to draw. All right, so these are like quirky little objects that I like to have. Let me go through some of these. We have an Etch-a-Sketch. This was gifted by my brother, actually. And I still haven't figured out quite well how to operate this thing, but for those of you who don't have this, you essentially get a metallic grinded dust inside of the screen, and if you move around these nodules, you can essentially draw any sort of a drawing. There are people who make like really beautiful art pieces from this, and when you're done with it, you shake it and it's gone, and you can do it again all over and over again. Very fun little thing. If I feel like I want to, you know, pass a little bit of time and I'm not in the mood to play the Royal Game of Ur or draw or anything, I can just, you know, keep myself entertained with this. It's very nice. tiny cheese grater. Now this I love this. This is my favorite thing out of things that I own. And I make several of these from time to time, depending how I feel. This is an aluminum ball. I don't know if you've seen this, you've probably seen this trend a while back.
Okay.
I think it came from Japan, where people used to hammer aluminum foil into balls. But a lot of people who've done it were very, like, too much in the rush to just create it and polish it with grinding tools and things like that. I didn't do any of that. I like the fact that you can make this just by your hands, hammer it to a point where it's as dense as this. Check this out. You can try and press your finger into it. You won't be able to make a dent inside of this thing. I'm so proud of this. This is the most weirdest thing I have, but hey, I like it. This you also might have seen, my tiny sketchbook, where I also tread very carefully on every page. I don't want to use this as a note-taking sketchbook or a sketchbook that, you know, I feel like every page deserves its special attention. So this is the type of sketchbook that also was gifted from a close person, in this case, a mother of mine. And it's this leather-bound sketchbook made in Florence, very genuine and adorable. And of course, Bob Ross mints. Now, it used to be Bob Ross mints, but right now, there's a whole bunch of mechanical pencil lead holders. Oh, not lead holders. Mechanical pencil leads of 0.5mm thickness, which is very nice. I hate well, I don't hate necessarily, but I don't like those small plastic containers that you buy where you get these pieces. I like to buy several of them and just like toss them into one single tin box. In this case, a very stylish one. Look at this main idea, Martin. Moving on, also some general utensil stuff like rubber bands, electric tape, because, you know, you never know. A multi-tool, what do you call this? Like a pliers / screwdriver, scissors, file, all sorts of things. This is very useful if I'm going on a project and I don't really want to carry my entire instrument box, or if I really quickly need to fix up an installation or some sort of a, I don't know, artistic setup. This comes in handy. Very nice, very good. And of course, you can't go without nail clippers. I don't know what's with my fingernails, but I feel like they grow extraordinarily fast. It's exceptionally irritating when I'm having to draw on a piece of paper. If I feel a slightest sensation of my fingernails rubbing against paper, it's the worst. So yeah. Oh look, I have another notebook that is completely empty. Wow. But listen, again, it's something I probably need help. But I like sketchbooks, notebooks, and I do use them a lot. You don't see, most of the sketchbooks that I own are completely full, and there are at least 3 or 4 times as many as there are right now on this table. But yeah, every time I go into an art supply store and I see new, shiny, pristine sketchbooks, I just want to buy the entire store. That's how I feel. Maybe you have the same sort of feeling. For those of you who are artists, you might be relating to this sensation, okay? Also, as a quick note, if I feel like I want to use color, I have a whole bag of colored pencils and some markers inside of this bag, if I ever feel like making colorful sketches. And it's very compact. I like the zipper closing mechanism that is super complicated and technological. It's an old Sennheiser headphone carrier, which I've turned into another one of my art supply holders. Yes. Marshall earbuds if I want to listen things to myself. Chargers for both my earphones and my phone in case I want to stay for a longer time somewhere outside, either at a friend's place or in a cafe with where there's a socket. I probably should get a power bank, but that's for later. This thing, which is a eucalyptus tablet holder, which you basically, I have an issue during spring. There's a lot of allergic reactions. I don't get too bad with it, but you know, this is nice whenever I get cold. It's a soothing air conditioner for my nose. And again, because I'm an artist with a brain that's basically ADHD-like and I can't seem to focus all of the time on one specific thing, if I feel like I want to distract myself further, I have chairs! Or 3 mini books. I love these Penguin publication mini books. Some of them contain snippets from like larger novels or epics, like this one for instance. Circe and the Cyclops from the Iliad, or like short stories from Franz Kafka, Investigations of a Dog. It's very nice, hilarious, told from the perspective of a dog about their life and their existence. I don't want to spoil much. And this one is basically a collection of all sorts of chair designs and everything. It's more of a visual book for me to be inspired, rather than a novel that might inspire me in a literary way. And that's it for my bag. Now it's time for more technical and cinematic stuff. All right, let's check this stuff out. Open this beautiful bag with a metallic opener, by the way. Such a satisfying sound. Starting with the most essential thing that I own is my old laptop that edits all of this stuff and has helped us to create most of the things that you've seen on our channels and everything that we've done. 5-year-old laptop that is clearly not stopping here. Beautiful piece of equipment. Obviously, this comes with a mouse, the wireless mouse, that is relatively new, actually. It's a Razer Orochi V2, which is great, honestly. I've never had anything as good as this, and it's very small, very compact, easy to travel with. Continuing on with the hard drive that I usually carry, because my laptop has only 500 gigabytes of memory, and that's clearly not enough to edit stuff, so I have most of the material here. And sometimes I edit from the hard drive, which is not good technically, but what can I do? The main thing that actually I usually always carry is the camera, which I'm filming right now with. I'll show the clip separately. It's a Sony FX3, which is a great camera. It is one of the best things I have right now, because the quality of this camera is basically cinematic. There has been even done a film, an $80 million budget film on this camera, and it clearly tells you on what kind of levels you can edit your footage to capture whatever you want. We're obviously using it more relatively simply, so to say, because we're not trying to create anything huge right now. But whenever I've done my project separately, this camera has been insanely beautiful to work with. To go into more camera details, here are some things that I always carry with. This is a simple protector for the lens. It's not doing anything, it's not a filter, nothing, just a clear filter basically. A Tiffin ND filter that is on the camera right now. It's a single filter that is adjustable. It's on the ring, and you can adjust the level of darkness that you want to get for the shot, and it's perfect because you don't need to change them. A very new product that we have purchased very recently, a Rode microphone, wireless Go 2, I think. Currently I'm using it, but this is a little pouch that comes with it. Inside you'll find a bunch of cables and little wind things that I'm clearly wearing right now. This is basically how it looks. Oh my god, you can see how it looks. Why am I showing it to you? But basically this is how it looks. Great advertisement by David, not sponsored at all. This is a very, very cheap lens that I use for special shots, specifically special zoom shots. It's a lens from 75 to 300 millimeters, and it's very bad quality. You can't really zoom in and change focus because it jumps the focus and the zoom, so the shot is not seamless. So you can only shoot a static shot, but it's still fun sometimes to be able to zoom in as far as you can, and I've used it on some of our YouTube videos. So yeah, it's still pretty fun to use sometimes. And the lens that I'm using right now is a Sigma lens. Sigma Art Series lens, if I'm not mistaken. And this is a lens from 24 to 75 millimeters, I think. Or 24 to 70 millimeters, 2.8. I'll jump into the top department. This is a little GoPro bag that comes with a GoPro and some little accessories and cables for it. It's GoPro 8, nothing too crazy. Now they have 11 or 12, I think, but it still is pretty good. Films in 4K. We used it on multiple projects, one of them being drawn for 12 hours, where it also was drawn for actually 12 hours, and we live streamed the entire thing on GoPro. It only glitched once, so there's like a little part of it missing, but still a great camera, waterproof, very easy to use, amazing stuff. Now this is a pretty fun product. This is a DMG Dash Light, a napkin. It comes with multiple filters that you can attach and detach, like these kind of things. It's a soft box, so to say.
a more directional filter that you can take off on magnets, another little filter to soften the light. Beautiful thing. It comes with different effects. You can choose colors like this and go through different hues, and even go through effects like an emergency vehicle or firelight that technically imitates the light of fire. It kind of like goes down and up by itself. Amazing. Look at this. Oh my God. Great lighting. Great lighting, great functionality. Perfect for any kind of use. Amazing. Another microphone device. It's a Rode directional mic that records the sound from where the microphone is directed. In this case, if it's like this, it's going to record there. If it's like this, it's going to record there, and so on. It's fun to use when you don't want to attach anything to your character or whoever you're filming, so that they don't have extra things on them. You can just move around with the camera simply and just film the sound with this, and the quality is okay enough, not great, but especially on distances, on long distances, but it's still fine, you know. Now let's go into the tools that I have in my bag, one of them being a headlamp. Amazing little headlamp that is rechargeable, doesn't need batteries, just a USB, and it has multiple functionalities, has like red light, bright light, lower light, flashing, all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, it's dead. But it works well whenever it's not dead. Still great thing to use. Oh, what do I see here? Another gear beer. Same thing that Soso showed you. Multifunctional tool. Nothing too crazy. It's pretty good for whatever you need. Has so many tools. If you need to fix something, it might have what you need. This is my half-broken screwdriver tools, so to say. These are very tiny screwdrivers, like micro screwdrivers, and I was working on multiple projects back in the day where we needed these tools so many times that at some point I just had to like find them. So I think I purchased them from our local store called Domino, and not pizza, Domino hardware store type of place. It's great. The box just broke, which is sad, but it's taped up. I love camping and hiking, and sometimes you just need a little bit of fire to start a fire because you're cold or you want to cook something. And this little boy is very nice little tool. Just a little lighter. You push here, it opens up. You press the button and listen to this. It's, I don't know, plasma something, so the wind doesn't blow it. Beautiful thing. Also, guess what? Rechargeable. How does this work? Not fully sure. Probably electricity has to do something with it. I'm something of a scientist myself. This is a great little tool. It's an electricity tester. You plug it into a socket. It's not going to electrocute you, but the light will light here, indicating if the electricity is there or is not there. Just a quick way to test electricity in multiple kind of ways. This little beautiful bag contains all the cleaning things for my camera. Has this little thing, stringy, beautiful thing. A cleaning liquid, a cleaning cloth, wrapped so it's not gonna get dirty, hopefully. This tool, very important thing. If you don't own this thing, then I don't know what you're doing, because the dust is the worst enemy for your equipment. Get this if you don't have it. If you do have it, then you're a very good citizen of your country. Be proud of yourself. Great work. Another very crucial tool, a measurement. Well, a tape measure. It's so tiny and it's so helpful because it's small. It goes into my pocket very easily. It goes up to 2 meters, which is 6.5 feet. Great height, great distance. And it's metallic because when I was working as a focus puller, sometimes you need to measure things from some distance and you don't want to come up close and put this on someone. So you just put it away like this and you can hold it like that and get an approximate measurement if you're filming like a cup or something, you know, just from a close distance. Comes back, ouch. But yeah, great little tool. Quick little lens for the phone. It's a wide angle lens, almost fisheye, but not fisheye fully, but still pretty fun thing to use. We just used it on one of our recent projects. Pretty fun thing. My Sony earbuds, very nice earbuds, but the fact is that I've been using them for 4 years and at this point they only last for 5 to 10 minutes when I pop them in. Yeah, it's still usable, still has a great sound. I don't know how it still works, but it's pretty fun to have whenever I'm listening to something for 5 or 10 minutes. the batteries for my camera. I have one in the camera right now, believe it or not. I have two in the bag and two different adapters for Georgian sockets that we have here, because we have like a circular sockets, not the American type, which are flat and thin. This is just handy because most of the products that I have are from America and I need to have adapters to charge them, you know. My charger has two different plugs. Little notebook. From time to time I like to take notes or draw something in, and two little ink pens. One is thick, one is a bit thinner. My camera charger or camera battery charger. All of my cables. The camera cable to retrieve the material. The camera battery cable. External hard drive cable. A raincoat for my bag. SD card cages or slots or whatever you call this. These are very nice because they have like little plastic borders here, so they could put your SD card securely and it doesn't move in this box. Right now I have an old SD card here because I have both of them in my camera right now. But yeah, these are great, very protective, and especially if you put them in the bag, obviously nothing's gonna happen to them unless you jump on them. So yeah, great tools. And the last two most important things that I own and carry with me, little wrestling amigos that each go on each fingers. Muchacho and Buchacho. They tend to fight sometimes. I have this to sometimes resolve arguments in a more physical manner. You pop this on your finger and then you play a finger match. And whoever wins, obviously, wins the argument. So say hi to Muchacho and Buchacho. Great guys. And also fun thing to just pop out of nowhere, because who the owns this stuff? That's it for what's in our bags. Thank you for watching. Have a great time, and we'll see you next time. Have a great evening, night, morning, whatever time it is at your place, and we'll see you soon.